All right, let's bypass what all the shenanigans going on with President Trump and his contested race with former Vice President Sleepy Creepy Joe Biden, and let's talk about the Senate runoff elections that should be occurring in early January. The date is fast approaching, man. It's fast approaching, and there's just really no way around it. But I am going to be in disagreement with my fellow contemporaries, many of whom are under the impression that we need to just punish the GOP, punish people like Dan Crenshaw, punish Perdue, punish Loeffler for being weak and cowardly and refusing to support the President of the United States. Now, I understand that they have a point, that these Republicans are weak, they're cowardly, they're almost worse than Democrats, because it's just like, okay, so on the left, I think Sex Hexenhammer pointed this out. On the left, you have literal communists, socialist sympathizers. You just got these disgusting creeps on the left, a part of the Democratic Party. None of them are worth voting for. However, you still have to hold your nose to vote for somebody like Lindsey Graham, like Perdue, like Loeffler. These people are scum. They're terrible. They're fake. They're duplicitous. All of these freeloaders, they enjoyed riding on the back of President Trump as he carried the useless GOP to victory on November 3rd. Of course, President Trump ended up losing the election allegedly by 10 million votes or some bullshit obscene figure. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, it's time to heal. It's time to move on. It's time to build back better. It's time that, we have to leave Trump in the past. No, the American people are not having it. They're not going to go quietly into the night. They want Trump or they want nothing else. That's plain and simple. It's Trump or nothing. Trump or nothing. And I saw this clip. I ended up saving it because it was so interesting. But look at this. Perdue is one of these senators that's going to be a part of the runoff. This is a guy who's well connected. He's well connected. He's one of the rich bitches of society. And he's when you think of the word masculinity, Perdue is the exact opposite of that. And the dude is just totally frail, totally weak, no spine at all. Let's go ahead and watch this clip. Look how cucked this guy gets.
I want to say something personal to President Trump. Hey guys, I want to say something for President Trump personally. Guys, I want to say something personal for President Trump. God bless you. We love you, Mr. President. We love the First Lady. And we're going to fight and win those 2 seats and make sure you get a fair, square deal in the state of Georgia. God bless you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
There was also chanting that they love him. Like, we love you. They were saying that to the president, right to his face. I've never seen anything like it. It's quite a thing to see. The Republicans need to get off their asses and stand with the president. Fortunately, a lot of these smaller Republican politicians, a lot of these smaller elected officials, they're not necessarily Congress people or U.S. senators like these fucking idiots. The little guy, they're coming out and they're launching these massive lawsuits, which I'm not going to get into, but they're fighting for the president. You got the American people out in the streets. They're fighting for the president. You got guys like me, coming out, doing these videos. We're supporting the president. He has my unwavering support. It's unwavering. I'm never going to stop. I'm not saying that Trump is perfect, but, Trump's my boy, and I'm a loyal dog, and that's all there is to it. And I do and as somebody who's worked for these election departments, somebody who understands how this works, right? I know that there was some, shenanigans afoot. Let's just put it that way. I got to do another video about the censorship that has been ongoing throughout the throughout the tech world, throughout YouTube. It's really, it warrants its own video. But, Lynn Wood has come out And he has been just completely putting the Republicans on blast. Him and Sidney Powell, they haven't stopped. They are terrifying the Republican establishment because the people are going to turn on them. And we're seeing it in polling figures. Richard Barris's people, Richard Barris of the People's Pundit, he's come out and said, look, just looking at the raw data, at the very least, Purdue is suffering. What Linwood is doing is having an impact on the election. And it isn't because of Trump. It's because these Republicans are weak and they're cowardly and they refuse to stand up and support the President of the United States. They have to do that. They have to. This isn't the Republican Party anymore. This is Trump's party. They don't get it yet, but they will. And, and it's just like, I think it's likely why we're seeing all these states, dogpile on those swing states where we saw all the anomalies and irregularities, in terms of the ballots. They're dogpiling because they're like, hey, the voters aren't going to fucking come out for us in 2020, in 2022, 2024. They're not going to come out for us in off elections. They're probably going to recall us. They're probably going to support recall elections, like what's happening, what's happening with DeWine in Ohio. It's like people are fed up. They're fed up and they're pissed, and they don't care. Even people like myself. It's like we don't care about the establishment. It's like I'm not pro GOP. I'm not pro Republican. I'm pro Trump. I don't give a fuck about Dan Crenshaw. I don't give a fuck about that stupid elephant. I don't care about Mitch McConnell. I care about Trump. But with that being said, we have to support these fucking senators, and we have to do so while holding our nose, because I understand that these people are weak and they are pathetic and they are hypocrites, and they likely are ready to put a knife in the back of the president. And they've been talking down to the voters. It's like, oh, well, you're really, they're talking to us like, oh, you're really going to let the wacky Democrats, the socialists, the real racists take the country? It's like, yeah, they're willing to do that. Because you people are fucking stupid. You're hypocritical. You talk to the voters like they're children, and none of the establishment figures of the GOP want to take responsibility for their actions or lack of actions. They just want to take this line down. They want to play stupid. It's like, dude, you guys have been, a part of the election world, of the politics for forever, and you mean to say with a straight face that President Trump lost this election convincingly, and there was nothing funny about the election on November 3rd of 2020? Give me a break, man. Nobody believes that. But here's my pitch to you guys. So this is from Fox News. Warnock again dodges Supreme Court packing question in Georgia Senate runoff. This is why it is important to have a Republican majority in the Senate. Let's just pretend, right? Let's just pretend for a moment that President Trump, there's no hope, he's done. We still need a majority in the Senate. It is imperative that happens because court packing is unpopular. And most candidates, most politicians are aware of this fact, that court packing is insanely unpopular. It's a really stupid, shitty thing to do. And there are dire consequences for doing so. However, the Democrats know that if they have a majority, they're going to do it anyways, and we're going to take it lying down, and there's very little to no recourse for them doing so. Beijing Biden won't even state clearly if he plans to pack the court or not. And apparently his allies are following, taking his lead. They're following right in his footsteps. So they're like, hey, I'm not really going to answer that question. They're like Neo from the Matrix. They're dodging these questions left and right. Warnock is a racist. The dude's a total radical. He's pro-Castro. He's literally a socialist. Just a few degrees removed from being a communist. This individual is not likely going to win, but David Perdue's opponent might win. And it's also very possible that Ellen Wood's campaign against these senators is successful enough that they both end up winning. It's not clear at this moment in time what is going to transpire. We also have the issues with the election machine in Georgia being unreliable, being transparent. Who knows what is going to happen? But still, it's important for us to go out and support these individuals despite their glaring flaws, because I hear you guys. There are glaring flaws, but it doesn't make any sense to abandon these two senators when it's absolutely imperative that we do so, because if we don't, the modern left, the Democratic Party, will pack the courts. They will pack the courts, the Supreme Court, meaning they're going to just continue to add justices. In the current justices, their power will be evaporated. The Supreme Court will cease to be the Supreme Court. It'll be a useless body. It'll be usurped by Beijing Biden, who is compromised, not just morally, but politically. He's compromised by the Communist Chinese government. That's why it's imperative that we go out and, not engage in the fuckery that Lin Wood has engaged in. Lin Wood's doing a lot of damage here. Perhaps there's a grand strategy to all this. If their goal was to terrify Republicans, at least the establishment, that they are going to lose, not because of Trump, not because of cheating, but because their own voters turn their backs on them because they refuse to support the president, then mission accomplished. They are fucking scared. However, can you undo the effects of engaging in this campaign? It's like, okay, we're going to terrify them. We're going to get their attention. Well, once you do that, can you flip the script and get these people to turn out once you've said all this negative stuff about these candidates? I don't know. But we'll see. If I was in Georgia, I would vote for these two individuals. I'd have to. I'd be morally obligated to do so. Like, Scott Presler, I see what you're doing out there, man. I like Scott Presler a lot. He's a good dude. He's really positive. I love his long hair. Just a cool guy. Man, but Loeffler, Perdue, they do suck. These people are cowards, weaklings. Only reason why Loeffler did as well as she did at that debate is because Warnock is an insufferable fucking creep. She's all robotic and stuff, very monotone. She's like an HR lady or something, but, whatever, man. I don't want to hate on her too. Like, again, she's got long hair. I love the long hair. I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. And she's blonde, so it's a plus. So, but yeah, man, dude, these guys got to stand up for Trump. Wake up. This is Trump. This is Trump land. Even if he loses, which I don't believe he will, he doesn't. I genuinely believe he'll prevail. But if he doesn't, this is still Trump land. This is still MAGA country. These people aren't going to go anywhere. They're not going to take any of the shit lying down. Plain and simple. And a lot of hard choices are going to have to be made this month and next month. The world is watching. It is holding its breath. Let's move forward courageously and support these shitty Republican senators. Let's maintain the majority in the Senate. Let's pray that we keep the executive. For the next 4 years, the makeup of the Supreme Court will stay intact. We'll still have a good Supreme Court. We'll still have a Senate, and hopefully we still got Trump in the White House. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. And it seems like we're on that trajectory. There's still multiple pathways to victory. The demoralization campaign is working, but I genuinely believe that we'll prevail. We just have to speak honestly about what is transpiring. Get your arguments in order. Get your facts in order. Do not engage with the QAnon bullshit. Don't engage in the conspiracy theories bullshit. The law is what matters. What's in front of us, what is tangible, that's what matters the most. What they don't want you to do is what matters. So what they tell you, don't go and protest. Don't go and support the president. You do the exact opposite. Don't go out and canvass for the president. You go out there and you canvass for the president. Don't make phone calls and pester these candidates and tell them to support the president to stop the steal. You're going to go ahead and do the exact opposite. Because they want to say your speech doesn't matter. It does matter. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to censor you. They're trying to say that your vote doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to steal it. They're trying to say Trump is a loser. If he's such a loser, then why are you guys spending billions of dollars to completely destroy and dismantle the reputation of a good man? It matters. It genuinely does. You are more powerful than you think. You matter more than you think. Don't let them say otherwise. Peace out.